the grocery store is a really big trigger for me, which I
Mm.
think is actually, I've read that it's kind of common, but there's a grocery store that like it's on the corner of our street and they saw me like be pregnant and they were very like, oh my, I went in
Mm.
there every other day. I would walk there. And then after, like, these people saw me and nobody asked, but like, I didn't have a baby anymore. And it became this like really intense place where I would just cry in the grocery store. And I remember my husband was like, well, are you never going to go to the grocery store again? And I was like, I'm considering it. Like it's
Yeah.
becoming an issue. But the more like I pushed myself, I'm getting better. But also like sometimes I still do, even years later. And I think allowing myself the grace of like, your baby died, you can cry kind of whenever you want. And because like if I were to tell my best friend that, she would be like, I would be like, you can cry whenever you want. So I'm like, okay, tell you, I need to tell myself that instead of
Yeah.
holding myself to this like crazy grief standard of I'm perfect all the time, because that is not real. And I think the grace part is hard because it's not pretty. Like it doesn't,
Yeah.
it's weird that I'm by myself crying in the grocery store. That's a weird thing to see.
It's kind of normal though also. Like
Yes, for sure.
people cry. And
People
people,
cry.
people usually cry at home, but also people cry when they're sad. And I think,
Mm-hmm.
the more we can normalize that as well. I think we should actually all just go to the grocery store and cry and make it normal. Like
I would
I have
sign up for
emotions.
that.
Like, yeah. We'll have like one day of the year, everyone goes to the grocery store and cries. But actually, speaking of grocery stores, I still avoid the baby aisle. Like, I
Oh,
will walk up the
mm-hmm.
alcohol, the chocolate, the biscuits, like whatever, to get to the tills or going whatever. I will avoid that aisle, like unless I have to,
Mm-hmm.
but I will just avoid it.
I I don't do that anymore, but my husband does. And recently
Mm.
we were in the store and I was like, we were late and I was just like cutting through the store. And we happened to go through the baby section and my husband was like, why are we here? And I was like, I don't, why are we where? And I didn't even
Yeah,
notice it. And he was
yeah,
like, I don't want to be here. And I was like, oh, yep. I didn't even notice it. And it's interesting to see how we both like we're on the same timeline ish, like we experience it at the same time, but we're seeing it through different lenses.